tell you a little bit about pregnancy. First of all, most people are really excited when they first get pregnant. It's like, oh, we're going to have a baby, we're going to have a baby. I love it when a man says, we're going to have a baby. I'm like, you ain't having a baby. You don't know nothing about it. We're pregnant. You're not pregnant. It's not your hormones that are going to change. Your ankles aren't going to swell. No little baby's going to lock their toes around your ribs and make you feel like you're about to croak. Oh, we're pregnant. When you're pregnant, it just seems like you are never. I mean, at first it's exciting. Oh, I'm pregnant, I'm pregnant, I'm pregnant, I'm pregnant. And usually you're like that when nobody can tell you're pregnant. And that's kind of the way it is with our dreams and visions. We've got something inside of us, and so, you know, maybe the janitor at a company saying, someday I'm going to own my own business, and people are looking at him like, yeah, sure you are. Well, he's pregnant with something, a dream for his life, but he's not showing yet. And some of you are pregnant with something, you've got something birthing on the inside of you, you've got something rolling around in there, and it wouldn't do you any good to tell anybody. Just talk to God about it, because they probably would discourage you and wouldn't believe it anyway. Because people look at us and go, I mean, you should have heard the stuff that my friends said to me when I first told them that I believed that God had called me and I was going to preach the gospel all over the world. I mean, it was just like the stupidest thing. I don't even what gave me the boldness to say it. They laughed at me. I remember being at a bonfire one night with a lot of my church friends, roasting hot dogs and eating marshmallows, and somebody said to me, Joyce, we heard that you said that you felt like you were going to head up one of the largest ministries that had ever been headed up by a woman. Did you say that? I said, yeah, I really believe that. And she said, we've kind of talked about it, and to be honest, with your personality, we don't think that's possible. But I'm still here. And I don't know where they're at, but it ain't here. Let me tell you something. If only you and God believe in you, then you got to keep believing. I said, if only you and God believe in you, then you've got to keep believing. I don't think that people mean to be discouraging, but to be honest, sometimes they really can be. And it's just because you can't even really get mad at them, because God hasn't spoken to them what He's spoken to you. He hasn't put in their heart what He's put in your heart. And they just, unless God opens their eyes, they just don't see it. Carry your baby to full term. You're not even going to look pregnant for a long time. Do we have anybody in here that's just maybe like a month or two pregnant? Anybody? Anybody? Can you come here real quick? Come here. Come on, real quick. This is your shining moment. You get to be a star. Matter of fact, let's just do this. How many ladies here are pregnant? Where's all the pregnant people in this church? Stand up if you're pregnant. Do I have anybody? Come on, I need you. Now, do we have anybody here that's just going to deliver pretty soon? Anybody that's just like 9 months pregnant? 10 months pregnant? I was pregnant 10 months. I carried all my kids 10 months. Come on, do I have anybody here that's like really, like, they're pointing at somebody. Here they come. Okay, please. All right, now come here. Come here, sweetheart. Okay, now we're going to have a little fun here. Just right there. Okay, now where's my lady that's about to deliver? Come here. Oh, yes, you're good. I want somebody that can just barely move. Look at all this, aren't they great? Now, you're going to see this. Okay, now here, I got to move you and put her right in here. Put her right there. Now, ooh, you're... Okay. Okay? And then you got that. Now, can you all turn sideways? Come on, you're just getting to show off your belly today. Turn sideways. Just turn sideways. Sideways. Okay, now, this is the way it is in the spirit. You got all kinds of people pregnant with all kinds of things in your heart, but some of them, you're like, go ahead, tell me you're pregnant. You sure don't look pregnant to me. Go ahead, tell me you're pregnant.
I'm pregnant.
You sure don't look pregnant to me. What about you?
I'm pregnant.
I don't know. Maybe, but I ain't sure. What about you?
Yeah, I'm pregnant.
How far along?
6 weeks.
Ooh. And what about you? How far? 6 months. See? Okay, I agree. I can tell you're pregnant. Now, see, here's the thing. When I got pregnant with that dream from God, the more I studied, the more I prepared, the more I was changing, pretty soon people began to see that maybe there really was something going on. But see, over here in this stage, nobody knows. It doesn't even really do you much good to tell. But she's just as excited as she can be. Matter of fact, she might even be more excited than the one that's still got 2 months to go. And, you know. I mean, now she's excited about giving birth, but she's probably not real excited about being pregnant anymore. Because when you get to this point, you're like, I just want to have this baby. Oh my gosh. Aren't you about, how far are you now?
20 weeks.
20 weeks. So, how far are you? 35. How long do you get to be pregnant? I forget. 40. So you only got 5 weeks to go. Are you ready to give birth? Ready. Ready. Okay, give them a hand. Now. All right, now listen, you're going to get something. See, when I was just pregnant with my dream, people would look at me and say, you sure don't look like you can do anything for me. You know, when Abraham looked at Sarah and looked at himself, he was like, no way. Amen? I carried all of my children right at 10 months. My doctor said, you're the only woman I know that stays pregnant as long as an elephant. So I don't know what the deal was, but one of them was 4.5 weeks overdue, one was 5.5 weeks overdue, one was 5 weeks overdue, and one was 3.5 weeks overdue. Now, it's enough when you've been pregnant 9 months. But honey, when you're due, you want to go. And some of you are due and you're wanting to go. But there's also some of you here that are overdue. And you are really, really wanting to go. I had my suitcase packed so long, I had to take everything out of it. And then, twice I did this. I was so far overdue, the doctor put me in the hospital and they tried to start my labor and they had to send me back home. Now some of you are trying to start your own labor. You're like, I'm ready, let's go, let's do this, let's get on with it. Is anybody understanding me today? I'm ready to have this baby. I don't think I can hang on too much longer. But see, that whole time of pregnancy is so important. And the time of pregnancy is where great men and women either fall by the wayside or they're made. It's in those times when you get so tired of it that you just want to pull your hair out. My last baby liked 1 ounce weighing 10 pounds. And he was the only one that I had natural. The rest of them, they were knocked women out back then. And, you know, Dave would sleep out in the waiting room and then say we had a baby. But by the time Danny came along, they would only let men stay in the delivery room if the woman stayed awake. They wouldn't give you anything. I don't know what that plan was all about, but that you had to stay awake so he could watch you scream, I guess. And so he weighed 10 pounds, and he was so big. He was 23¼ inches long. So, I mean, I was baby from back here. They thought that I might be having twins, and that was before they had ultrasound and could tell. But that he would get his feet wrapped around in my ribs, and I would just think that I was going to absolutely die. Well, you know what? Giving birth to him wasn't too much fun either. But now, 33 years later, he's the CEO of Joyce Meyer Ministries. Yeah! I'm glad I gave birth. Come on, I'm just begging you today, don't give up on your dreams. If you've got a little dream, a medium-sized dream, a big dream, get outside of your tent, take a look at God, see what great things He can do. Always believe for miracles. Don't let the naysayers put you down. Give birth. Yeah. You know, when you're going through, when God's preparing you for something. How many of you feel like God's preparing you for something? Well, first of all, during that time, you change. When a woman's pregnant, her body is changing. And to be honest, sometimes she thinks she's crazy. And when God wants to use you, sometimes you think